Hey,
Hey, how's it going?
well, I guess I overslept. I don't know. I mean, I'm not really tired now, so that's good.
Yeah,
But oh, well, how are you doing?
not too bad. I had to move again, so that's why it's been kind of hectic. But
It's a little crazy. What's up with all the moving?
I
Is it just
know I this is definitely the last one. But it's I don't know, yeah, just like bad luck, I suppose.
is it rent control issues or what are we talking?
It's I moved into one place and I thought that was gonna be fine, but the I guess some sort of like lease turnover and the storm got weird. And so then I had to move again. So that was supposed to be the final, but
I see. Where are you at now?
I'm currently in Bushwick still. But yeah.
The Bushwick must have been like wrecked or something, or
Yeah, it was weird. I don't know if you saw like Knickerbocker Ave, it was full, like past the fire hydrants full.
oh, that's
So
crazy. Well, I mean, I saw like footage, but a lot of it was user generated footage that was uh,
yeah.
yeah, it's quite interesting. So, I mean, it was pretty bad. Actually, I think the news didn't really portray that at all. I saw a cattail pop up.
Oh yeah, that's my cat.
What's what's the
Twig.
name? Or I love cats.
Yeah, her name's Twig. She's pretty jealous of the laptop, so she comes in. Yeah, she's
Are you,
under it right now. I'm like trying to like.
oh yeah.
She doesn't want to come.
Are you using a MacBook Pro or?
Yeah.
They just announced the new ones last week, so they're
Yeah, I
pretty
want to.
dead. They're deadly. If everything's correct, they'll probably be better than the PC counterparts.
Oh,
Which,
really?
yeah, and the battery life's already going to be pretty good. I think they're gunning for 18, 22 hours, depending on
Wow.
the size. Yeah, the 16 I know is supposed to be 22 hours on one battery life, no charge.
Damn. Yeah.
I mean, I have like the new one, but obviously the one that was from last year. Battery life's way better.
Yeah.
Uh, the only thing is, we'll see. They're very expensive. I think they just,
Yeah. That's the thing.
no, I mean, they made it more expensive for any.
Yeah.
Actually, I hope they keep just this model, the old model, because no one wants to pay a $2,000 for just a base 14, even if it's all the new tech. So, but I don't know, maybe, I think what they're gonna try to do is make those super expensive and then make the MacBook Air, like redo that to make it cheaper.
Yeah,
But
that would make sense.
obviously it won't be as good, but it'll still have like 18 hours battery life. And
Yeah. Yeah. I've been thinking about switching my machine, but I'm not entirely sure what. I guess I'll like have to
well,
check it out.
PCs are still pretty good, but they're
Yeah.
not getting 18 hours of battery life that I
No.
know of. So, I
Exactly.
mean, we use both here. I mean, right now I'm on a Mac, but PCs actually, I use PC mostly for video editing. I know that's weird, but
Yeah. That's kind of like what I was leading towards, since it's definitely a hassle to edit.
yeah, and Mac's not always the friendliest, you know.
Mhm.
So, I mean, who knows? It's one of those things that play by ear. I have no clue where everyone else is, but
Yeah.
I got big news. Well, actually, we'll see each other in 2 weeks. So that's
Yeah.
I will give you a restaurant schedule and I'll put you on a list for that, just so you know. Actually, there's something big that I've been working on. I should probably show you, and I don't know where everyone else is. Just wait. Okay, here. Sorry. Okay, so we actually have an art fair, like different art fair website for our online store. So I've actually been listing on, well, all the new artwork for the gallery
Yeah.
here, which is working well. So you see Ryan's cat video
Mhm.
that is on sale. Evan's show is coming out next week, physically in the gallery here. Really cool work. Pretty
Yeah.
cool. And then I started listing all the art fair ones. And yeah, we got it. That took me a good 3 days and I'm not even done.
Yeah.
We just have lots. So I'll get to yours. Yeah, when they get approved by the curatorial committee, they'll show up, but right now, so there, yours is over there.
Oh, amazing. Yeah.
In the installation, the software, the USB file, and then the video promo, so. Yep, so that's what I have listed, and then,
Amazing.
yeah, I was a lot, so,
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Claire has like 13 pieces, but everyone's different, I mean, so. Anyway, that's the biggest update in that domain, so.
Cool.
But-
Yeah.
But
And
once it
that's
gets approved, then I'll send that over. Actually, that will give us like 3 ways that people can buy art. They can buy art through us directly, and then we'll charge Square. They can buy it through Art Fair, which means, yeah, I mean, I would prefer they would buy it through Square, but if they feel like they will rather do it through Art Fair, then that's fine. It's just payment will be a lot slower. That's the slowest payment.
Oh, okay.
Then the
Gotcha.
other one will be installment payment through Art House / Art Money. And
Okay. Yeah.
so that will allow for installment payments, which we cannot do at the moment, which is really nice. Some of the work's pretty expensive. I mean, I wouldn't say yours is expensive, but we'll see. I don't know what the pricing, never been to this art fair, so pricing, I have no clue. Actually, I just found out my friend from LA, Patrick, who's my fashion wear collaborator. He's actually coming out for the art fair too.
Oh,
So he
nice.
bought tickets from LA to New York. I'm like, he's never been to New York, which is like stunning
Okay.
because I've actually now have been the two major art centers, and Chicago I've been to as a kid, but I actually would have to go back because I never went to any of their galleries. I mean, 10 years old, I don't think I would have known about any contemporary art.
Yeah.
Anyway, how's life outside of SVA now that you're graduated?
It's not bad. I've been kind of like itching to get back to work. I haven't like really delved into a new project, but yeah, I'm thinking about maybe revisiting something I didn't have too much time to like envelop much. So
Yeah, well, I mean,
Yeah.
SVA is a top-notch art program. Oh, I mean, I've done their art residencies twice and
Yeah.
still involved with them heavily, but like, I mean, are you getting art opportunities now that you actually have your MFA?
Yeah, I think having done that, I'm like immediately the Keith Smith show was really nice. So going right into that was good. And then kind of trying to like keep connected with the community and making some connections there. So that's been nice. And having the little bottle and like video is kind of easy to show. So
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, there are a lot of great galleries in New York that work in that domain very closely. I know Bitforms is one of probably my favorite gallery, period, for
Yeah.
that. Unfortunately, it's hard to get a show there.
yeah.
But I mean, I don't know. The thing is, before this trip, last time I was in New York was like what, 2009 or 2010, and things have changed a lot. So back then, and actually I'm working on a photo series about this. Back then, Chelsea was the heavy hitting part. Now, not that Chelsea dissipated completely, but a lot of it, the New York scene seems to have shifted to, well, Williamsburg still is pretty good, but mostly Lower East Side, and actually it's very spread out now, I feel like, or looks
Yeah,
like.
definitely.
But Lower East Side seems to be pretty big along with Chinatown. And I mean, you're seeing some of the galleries pop up in your area. I mean, Paradise Palace, we'll actually be going to your neighborhood because Paradise Palace is over there.
Oh yeah.
And in fact, I invited Monday night, both co-directors to a dinner. So we'll be eating dinner with them if you come for that one, which is really nice.
Yeah, amazing.
They have a tight schedule. First night, Sunday night will be German food. If you endeavor to go that route.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
yeah, so apart from that, I don't know. I guess everyone's pretty busy, but next week's our last set of meetings. You
Okay.
only need to go to one, the morning or afternoon.
Okay.
So which is just really nice. This meeting, well, Bryce isn't even here, so yeah. So next meeting, we'll need to wrap up to figure out logistics. I was hoping to start talking about like, once the work arrives, like what we will be doing. So I should probably tell you, Tuesday, we will actually unload, and then surprisingly, because of a so it'll be like 9 to 12. I think our load in time is Tuesday. It was
Okay.
supposed to be Monday, but somehow that got shifted.
Okay.
And then Wednesday morning is the actual install. So I assume the art will go on the site. Obviously, we got to figure out what we're installing, because we can't install everything. We'll probably need a
Right.
lot of help.
And it's revolving, right?
Yes, but I found there's really no like storage area, I think, for
Oh,
the gallery. So the art will have to be stored at the hotel room. So we'll probably need like lots of help trying to figure this out.
going back and forth.
Some of the artists will be on site for this. But we want to make sure we have a good diversity because, we got work that's fairly cutting edge, like your work, and then some that are obviously more traditional, like, Oz, Oxa and Claire, which are traditional, works
Yeah.
on paper. Although there's pretty experimental in that sense, but, more traditional presentation format. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a very staggered schedule. Yeah, like it's gonna be very complicated. I'm sort of stressed, actually, to be honest about it.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I want to double check the dates so I have them
yes,
correct.
and you've already sent your vaccination information, which is nice. So you should be able to come on to site to check out. Anyway, we'll figure this out. I'll talk. You have emails for Gretchen? I think you have her as well, probably.
Progression. And is that the person to drop the work? No.
No, she's the person to handle all the paperwork, since
Oh, yeah. Okay.
she's the assistant director, I guess, or something to that effect. Anyway, she's second to Robinson in terms of just handling all this, so.
Okay.
But yeah, hopefully people will show up next week, and then we can sort of iron out. I'm still listing these art. Becca has a lot of pieces, so yeah, it's gonna be crazy, but. Yeah, and then the good thing is you'll be there at the fair for VIP, so I guess you can do whatever you want with VIP. If you have Gucci, I guess, well, maybe you can wear that, I suppose. I mean, I'm actually have custom, I do fashion design, so
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I will be customizing my clothing, except for, well, one night where I actually have traditional Islamic wear, which
Okay.
being Muslim, I can actually wear that. I hate suits, so you'll never see me in a suit.
Yeah. Fair enough.
Actually, to be honest, if I ever had to wear one, I'd pay someone else to do it for me. But
Yeah. Love that.
yeah, I don't know. Have you ever been to any art fairs before yourself? Or no?
I like kind of like spring break or
Yeah, how is that?
summer. So I didn't go. Haven't gone the last 2 years. I mean, I walked around before it was like fully up. I think that was 2020. It was like they got
It's
So
still
it
very
was like
recent.
so it was not bad. I mean, it was nice, but it's definitely more. I don't know how many people are actually like buying work. I think people are kind of just looking around and taking pictures, and yeah, it's more of that, I suppose.
Yeah, this is definitely this is more, I'm not saying this is conceptually like bad, it's just this is going to be way more sales driven. Although Spring Break did sell a few pieces, they finally listed all their last round, so you could tell what sold. But I mean, they're not, as far as I can tell, not really selling out. It's more curatorial driven.
Yeah, definitely, definitely.
But it does flex its muscles in the critical arena, which is good.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I mean, yeah, I mean, this will be exciting. This will be very different.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's a lot more, I wouldn't say conservative. I mean, yeah, in some ways it is, but it definitely is more commercial and
Okay.
uh, it is tied to New Jersey and New York area, though we are getting some galleries that are like heavy hitters that are flying in, like so a gallery, big gallery in Texas, which
Oh,
is
yeah.
like, expensive. I mean,
Yeah.
they're flying in there, they got a big booth, which would have cost them a good few thousand, and then shipping will be like, we are very lucky. I mean, sadly, no, you know, in some ways being small is nice because we can scale up and down very quickly, but
Mhm.
our shipping costs are nowhere near the 50,000 to 100,000 that some people are
Yeah.
spending. Like Water
Yeah.
Bicycle is easily like doing well. He has like 5 gallery assistants to do the install. Like, that's a
Wow,
lot.
yeah.
I don't have that kind
Yeah.
of, like
Yeah.
5 is like, do I have that many friends? Well,
Yeah.
maybe. But no, I mean, I'm excited. I mean, granted, we have a very, I mean, I know it seems scrappy for our operation, but I like leaving it like that, you know? Uh,
Yeah,
and then
definitely.
next year, we definitely want to figure like your show year, obviously because our space, has, like your moving has shifted.
Yeah,
We're very
definitely.
stable now,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, at least in the foreseeable future until I leave for grad school. And then after that, that's going to be interesting because
Mhm.
Bryce is taking a gap year and then I will be leaving the grad school the same time he is. So we'll figure out at that point. Okay,
That's quick.
cat
Yeah.
head.
Wait, hold
Huh?
on.
It's
Hi,
like
Twiggy.
too
Yeah,
adorable.
Twig. She like hugs me. Like she's like a
Yeah.
yeah, but
So yeah, we're pretty excited. But yeah, we want to definitely show you like next year for sure.
oh yeah.
Stephanie does have work, but she did it all virtual. So she just sent Vimeo files and we
Yeah.
downloaded those and played them in the gallery. But I think yours, you probably want a lot more interaction.
Maybe
So
like a combo. Yeah, definitely.
actually, if you wanted to, you can fly here for site specific because that way
Yeah,
you can look at the layout. The space is a little bit of a mess right now because it's storing like art for like the next 2 or 3 shows, and we're in the art fair, so it's
yeah.
been very crazy. And you know, my actual class schedule's very nuts for undergrads. So
Yeah,
even
I'm
with
sure.
4 classes, well, you know, I'm a photography major and a double minor in art history and sculpture. So yeah, that's crazy.
A
But
lot going on. Definitely a lot going on at once.
actually, I'm glad because I'm mostly ahead. So my senior year, I can focus on MFA applications.
Oh,
So I only
perfect.
probably will have 1 to 2 classes every semester, which is nice.
Yeah.
Uh, I mean, I know one course is in screen printing that I want to take. So
Mhm.
that'll be good. I'll walk away with that, especially since I'm applying to painting MFAs. But
Wow. Yeah.
but I still have my
Yeah.
honors project that I need to work on, which is a lot of work. So, but yeah, do you have any questions or
Yeah, I just okay. You said the Tuesday. I just want to double check. I also I've been going back and forth about using an iPad for the video. I wanted to have something a little bit bigger.
oh yeah. Well, and the thing
But
is,
the space I wasn't sure.
yeah, and also you'll be there, so you'll be mounting.
Yeah, yeah.
And actually, if you need to be on site, I probably will have to get you an exhibitor pass as
Okay.
well, because you'll need to be there for the install. Let me send, sorry. Let me
You're okay. Yeah.
send an email off to Gretchen. Actually, I will just wait. Yeah, I feel like art fairs, and then I have a lot of movie catching too, you know?
Yeah.
I just saw the new Dune.
I've heard it was gonna be like really good. Is it? Is that where?
Yeah, it's worth seeing. You're just not getting Herdowski's Dune. Uh,
Gotcha. Yeah.
you're not getting some weird mashup with Dolly and Orson Welles.
Mhm.
I think it's closest to what the novel, like it's meant to be more of a literal reading, but Hardowski's would have been like, that dude like smoked 51 joints. Just wait, let me, sorry, I'm doing an email because,
Mhm. So you said install is like the Tuesday, so it's the 9th and the
yes.
10th.
Yeah, it's gonna be a double day because the drop off is separate from the
And
install.
okay, and the drop is the
Tuesday.
8th. Oh,
Yeah,
the drop is the 9th.
no, it'd be Tuesday, so I think it's the 8th.
So,
Well, man,
okay,
no, it's the 9th, because 9th is Tuesday, then
yeah.
Wednesday's the 10th.
Um,
You did get a VIP,
The
pass, right?
yes,
Okay,
yeah,
I'm gonna have to switch that to a exhibitor pass.
okay. I didn't yeah, so I didn't click anything or like put down my name for anything. I don't know if that matters.
Well, no, I'm gonna.
For switching might be easier. I don't know.
Well, the good thing is this isn't last minute,
Yeah.
so, I mean, I give them two. Okay, I CC'd you that email. That way it will also give you Courtney and Gretchen's.
Okay.
So.
Great. Yeah.
So I should probably ask you, like a bunch of people I know are actually right now in the MFA program, SVA. Like, did you,
Really?
oh yeah, James Jacksa, who's actually on our roster is there. And then
Okay.
a few other people, or like, I think I know one other person, but he's not part of our gallery, for certain reasons, but, yeah, but it's really interesting. It seems like it's a lot of work, a lot of reading or something. Or,
Yeah, depending on the classes, I think you can really tailor it to what you're doing. I think there's like a lot of room for interpretation of like how rigorous you want it to be, I think. I
yeah,
would say. Um, yeah, but depending on what classes they're taking.
oh yeah, yeah, but it seemed like he was like, yeah, I'm too busy, I'm writing a paper, and then I got big studio critique courses, which are obviously gonna take the bulk of the
Yeah.
program. I mean, SRA is interesting too. I do like it, but it's also the case where it being an art school, like if you're very interdisciplinary, you have to take a lot of classes at somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
don't know, like, where do people go if they want to take a class in like anthropology or archaeology or?
Yeah, you have to go out to the department. I think you have to get it okayed. It's a bit tricky because there's not the way it's set up, or like the way a lot of departments are set up, there's not a lot of like communication between departments, like at all. So it would have to be like really puzzle pieced in, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I was looking at them, but then I realized, well, I want to be taking classes that aren't art, and
Right. Yeah.
especially because, so, I mean, it's one of those things for my MFA, I'm like, I mean, and plus I've already spent so much time with SVA, it's like, the MFA is meant to be like a place to like look at places you really haven't worked at, so. Although, some of the programs in New York are very competitive. I know Columbia is like horribly very competitive and
Yeah.
also
Yeah.
very expensive too.
Yeah.
Like
Very.
makes SVA look like a bargain.
Yeah.
One of my friends actually right now is at Yale Sculpture. She seems to be pretty happy and busy.
Okay.
So, but again, like every other program, it's brutally like difficult to get in, but also it's like, yeah, Yale has like classes for every subject, which I think is really,
Yeah. Yeah.
and especially because I like art history. The only thing is, I won't be able, I don't know, course load. The problem is I tend to like be so interested in so many things that I want to like not overload myself either at the same time. So,
Okay. Yeah. Like a happy balance. I think in Yale you can go you can kind of utilize their other departments a little bit more.
Yes, actually, it's almost like no
the
brainer.
opposite. Yeah.
There's no paperwork except for maybe just a sign off. And I mean, you'll talk to, I guess, whoever, but you can take any course. I did, there's Open Studio Visit, and people were taking courses in anything from like anthropology to philosophy, which
Yeah, that's amazing.
actually, but the question is, how much more critical theory do I need? I mean, I've already taken, I think, a few courses already in my undergrad, but actually
Yeah.
there's some wacky courses that I want to take. Particularly, we don't have ancient Egyptian art or archaeology here. So
Yeah,
one
yeah.
course, which is taught every 4 years. I'm like,
Oh,
yeah, like, and it was actually so bad. Originally, I was going to minor in classics, but what am I going to do? I can't take 1,000 level, 2,000 level courses, which are freshman and sophomore courses.
yeah, yeah.
That's part of my minor,
Yeah,
So
yeah.
it's like, and it's funny, like those upper level seminars haven't been taught in like 7 or 8 years.
Yeah,
So-
every 4 years is like, I mean, it's
Yeah,
very
so that was a no-go. And actually it was fortuitous for me because then I
Okay.
decided to switch to sculpture, which that's a lot easier to fulfill. And
Yeah.
at my school, you can't double major in two different art fields.
Mhm, mhm.
I mean, it's interesting, but a lot of it is just because there's so much overlap in the classes. So
Mhm, yeah.
you can only minor in it. Which is fine. Sculpture is already a lot of work, and I'm done this semester with that, which leaves art history. I only have one class left, but I'm choosing that one judiciously because, yeah, it's kind of like with time crunch.
Mhm.
Oh, and then also I should give you the website. You should register for art fair so you can keep
Okay.
track of your work.
Yeah.
You know our Discord channel, did you? Or
I don't think I'm on it.
oh, okay, that is I wouldn't say it's a must.
Okay, that could be huge. Yeah.
So I highly suggest registering for that so you can follow us. You can also follow my private art practice as well if you really care, but I'm actually surprisingly, I think I'm the only person where I'm an artist, a curator, and a co-gallery owner.
Yeah, yeah.
It's kind of weird being in all those positions. but,
Yeah, many hats. I mean, it's kind of nice though.
Nice, but it's a lot of work. Just wait. The other one, you'll need to register. Yeah, this is very helpful here. Yeah, there. So that's a Discord where we actually use Discord. I know that's kind of weird. So feel free to post as much as you can. It's also a good way that if you ever do play video games, some of our artists we would use that for. I know that sounds weird, but we're part of a younger generation. Video games are not demonized. In
Yeah,
fact,
yeah. I did a show with local host gallery like a long time ago, and they have a Discord going on that I've popped into a couple times actually to ask some questions about like apps and stuff, or like the making of the app.
yeah.
So, but I am not super familiar with the with Discord.
Yeah, Discord was started off as a video game,
Yeah.
but now it's actually used for everything.
Yeah.
It's also really nice because unlike Facebook, it's encrypted and completely private. Without the invite, you really cannot hack it. It's also, unfortunately, for better or for worse, highly unregulated. So I mean, they had issues with like, people sharing like child porn and stuff. But I don't know. It's a trade-off, right? I mean, Facebook is now in deep shit, like literally, because well, first of all, Zuckerberg's not a person I would hang out ever with, but it's just yeah, they like have issues politically. I mean, right now they're in trouble with probably helping out with the Capitol insurrection and stuff like that. So, but yeah, so overall, yeah, especially since we're your gallery, we're very curious. Like, are you just Are you working on applying for some grants in New York? New York has just so many things you can apply for. I'm just like. sitting-
Yeah. We, I actually paused a grant application for the show Steeped in Spilt Milk, that Alexander C. and I were working on. So we were kind of going with that, but we've paused it. So, because we were thinking about doing kind of almost a podcast esque, which seemed to be really interesting since within the show, having these conversations seemed like such a fruitful like element to the work and like the curating itself, that it seemed like it almost like having that as a physical kind of project that's podcast-esque would be fun to like workshop and really bring to light. But yeah, it's kind of like the one thing.
Yeah.
But I want to get some, I would love to like look more into grants of making some smaller works or maybe like residencies and stuff.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'm gonna give you some links that
Oh
are
yeah.
pretty cool. That one's a really good place. Actually, White Columns is worth applying for, but they're only open like during the summer for applications. But yeah, there's a lot. New York is crazy, like what you can do as an artist. I mean, it is, some people argue, the most important contemporary arts center for the United States and also internationally. LA is pretty awesome, but I think they go hand in hand. One isn't really better, they're just different, but they're both very powerful when it comes to the art world. And oh, we got somebody. This is the good thing about waiting. Yeah, some people, I mean, they come later. I mean, they have families and commitment. Yeah, well, in my case, I only have my mom. Hey. Hello.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing all right. Okay, I should tell you about our little project that I've been working on. Here, I'll share again.
Sure.
Oh. So we're actually doing a digital counterpart to our catalog with our online store. I've been working on that. So yeah, we're pretty excited. Pricing is the same as the catalog. So we got your work submitted for our online store here. You can look at our computer thing. So yeah, we got them submitted. They should be looked at by the curator on their end in New York. And then, yeah, so people can purchase with Square, they can go online through the website, and then they can also buy at the fair with installments. So we're giving them all the options to make it as easy as possible for them.
That's cool. That looks nice.
Yeah, we're very excited. Thanks for all the work. Your work really looks awesome, and we're very excited. Yeah, to share. Well, that's all right. I love kids, but oh my gosh, they're always fun. I wish they'll be always great. Actually, I wonder if they allow them at, I guess they allow them at the art fair, just probably not the VIP because there's alcohol and stuff. But see, but I think one thing I think about New York is the reason why it's still always going to be a powerhouse is, well, you have not only the gallery system and the curatorial system, you also have the education system.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, you definitely have, I mean, Hunter, SVA, Columbia. Yeah, and then Yale's even close by, so we count that as well. So it's kind of the thing where, like, it's my hometown and I really love Brooklyn, but it's also like, oh, the cattail.
Yeah.
I'm surprised that did not show up in your art, like the cat.
Oh, I know. Yeah, maybe one day. I don't know.
Oh,
She kind of fits the color scheme I've going on right now. So I've thought
yes, I thought so. But I mean, I'm very curious. I know I looked at your website, and do you do ever other like media, like print editions and stuff like that, which,
I have a couple prints. I actually, I've had like a couple bigger prints and photos. I don't necessarily, I think I'm so drawn to like more installation based. I don't show them often, but I do, yeah, I'm not opposed. I'm definitely not opposed. I'm not
it's a
like,
case where like artists like Julie Chicago does
Yeah,
a
yeah.
lot of works on paper. And I mean, she does installation. I mean, she was involved with Woman House and then Dinner Party, which are obviously the two classic feminist installations. But it's just, at this point, it's just tough to say. It's a lot of work to do installation. I mean, I'm not saying that it speeds up your process. Actually, I admire those that do installation, but it's just, not everyone can access it equally necessarily. And
Yeah, definitely.
and
Yeah, I have, I, with the 3-panel video piece, I had little, not little, kind of newsprint, just like handout and flyer type thing that
Mhm.
would go with it as like almost a guide, which I'd like.
Hi.
Hey, there you are.
Hi. Sorry, it's just Sunday mornings with the kids. So stuff,
No,
so-
no, 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 you don't. It can play around. By the way, I need to mention, I'll put a link up in chat. It's a good idea to sign up so you can look at your pieces and then also follow the gallery so you'll know where they're sold. I put the link in the chat for you to sign up. So Art Fair is is our online store, and it's actually curated in New York by a committee. So yeah, so if you can register for that, if you have an iPhone, definitely download it. I use that app a lot, and they got some really great artists. Like they just recently picked up an artist that just finished like a few years ago at the Whitney ISP. So there, it's a really legit site. Like I don't just simply do like any online thing because I think it's important to know who your audience is, as well as the people that interact. It's not to be elitist or anything. It's just, it's fairly important, especially with the program that we're presenting, that people gather together. Oh, and also next week is our last set of meetings. We're doing a double set of meetings because there are no more meetings after that, just so you know. But we're gonna be out in New Jersey and New York. So yeah, so I'm pretty excited. And then, do you have any questions as well, or?
I just remembered one thing later after I shipped my artwork. So I wanted to tell you, and I thought I should tell you with the
Oh, go
meeting.
ahead.
One of the pieces that's the leaf and resin.
Yeah.
I forgot to put like the wire, the hanging thing with the back. So I don't know how you'll hang
Oh,
it
we'll figure that out. I mean, who
because
knows?
yeah, I realized it later because it's in like a diagonal form. So I don't know how you will do that. It
Most
won't sit.
likely we'll have in the catalog, and then if someone wants to buy it, they'll just put their own wire. So
Okay.
we won't be able to show every single piece, but we'll store it in the hotel room where we're at. So so they can, I wouldn't worry about it. And it's gonna be very hectic. We're gonna need a
Right.
lot. This is probably the only time, to be honest, that we'll probably have an art fair where we have as many artists as is. Next year will be, I wouldn't say we're more focused, it's just we'll probably go for like solo artist presentations. But this is a good introduction. Nobody knows Office Space, so this is the introduction to the gallery to show
Right.
that we're in Salt Lake, but we also can be involved in the contemporary art world dialogue. Especially New York and LA are still the benchmarks by which, a lot of artwork is seen. And for me, that's pretty pivotal because, Bryce and I, we've, gone and selected all the artists, along with some of the other artists that Alexis was helping out before she left for Scotland to move there. So yeah, we're pretty excited. I just also found, I should also tell you, my friend Patrick just bought his tickets from LA to New York. So it'd be really nice to have one of my closest art friends and collaborators there. on site. So we're pretty excited. And then, yeah, so it's just gonna be a lot of work. It's hard to believe 2 weeks. And then I'm missing school a lot, so I actually have to take a quiz early. And surprisingly, I will actually do homework most likely while I'm in the hotel. Wow. That means I'll be pulling some homework pretty late. Like some of them are very easy. Actually, I don't got any crazy papers. Most of them will be done before I go. So, but yeah, cool. Yeah, we're very excited. They should have been shipped over there. So yeah, we'll be in the lookout and then we'll just rotate the work. We'll see how it goes. See how the audience responds. We got a lot of VIP stuff going on, so I've never done this, so we'll see what new Zooms and curators will show up, but I'm pretty excited. So it seems very organized and I mean, I only been to one other art fair as an employee. I went to the Felix Art Fair in LA earlier this summer. That was awesome.
Yeah.
But I wasn't involved. I was a gallery assistant like 10 years ago. So I did go to an art fair in San Diego and it was definitely interesting, but nowhere near as organized or as on point as this. And this is definitely exciting because, yeah, I think we'll see. I mean, the other art will be very fascinating. And especially if you get an exhibitor VIP pass, you can see other people's booths.
Right.
Quite diverse. Some are very traditional and some of them I'm like, yeah, doing stuff very similar to you, Alyssa. So, I mean, we're pretty excited to have a diverse range and I think it's fairly important. Female and female identifying artists definitely could use all the support, especially during this day and age. So, you know, and we're coping with a lot. So, but anyway, anything else or?
Good luck with everything.
Oh, yeah. Well, feel free to send us a text, either Bryce or I, and then actually, I should give you, you probably have my number, I guess. I'm not sure. Hopefully you do.
Yeah, I think you sent it in an email, so I should have it.
Yes. Let me post up Bryce's number as well, because he's the, if I'm not reachable, which that would be virtually difficult, but you never know. Let's see, where is this?
After this, you have one in the spring, right?
Oh, we'll see.
You-
It depends on, oh yeah, here's Bryce's number. I'll send him Ryan's number too, because he's our other, he's our, like one of our installers and helping with inventory. So there's the numbers for your reference. But yeah, we'll see. We're gonna try to apply for Spring Break LA, but if I actually have end up collaborating with my friend Patrick, I can't take that many days off school. I'm already taking like a lot. So we'll probably do something maybe during the summer or next fall, but we'll see. I mean, I'm also trying for us to get into NADA, which is the New Art Dealers Alliance, and that is brutally difficult. Basically, we'll be competing against galleries that are, they're selling art at like 5,000 minimum. So, I mean, we're nowhere near that price point. And we have prestigious artists, don't get us wrong. It's just, you know, it's just like, they're going to look at your programming, your history, how involved. But I'm very excited. And then also some good news. I will also be curating for a magazine, which for Audrey Lambert. So I will be doing a, just a side note, a Asian futurism / science fiction theme. So I'll be selecting artists for that specifically. And that will come out, I think, in November. It's an Instagram takeover, but it'll be interesting.
Yeah. Next month.
Well, yeah, it'll be interesting. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
You must be really busy with the art fair and that.
Oh, yeah, I'm already overloaded and I still have to make my own art. So I'm still editing that as well. But I enjoy doing this. I jokingly say, really doing this is taking a break from the art studio. Because, you know, for me, I can only do so much art, and it's a good way also to interact with other people too, and not be, because, making art, you can get antisocial very quickly. And I mean, I have other stuff that I do, like socially, like I'm part of the photo club, and then I'm an officer also in like the Muslim Students Association. So we're trying to get a ping pong tournament on Wednesday, which I'll show. Yeah, I know. I'm just like, I like playing ping pong, but I don't need a 10-pound trophy on my shelf. Sorry, like, I'll just watch other people play this.
Yeah.
It's just like, there's actually a lot more stuff that I don't even talk about, that I'm still doing that while handling. It's only, I mean, even though I'm only taking 4 classes, it's a lot of work, because last night I spent a good hour and a half doing studio shooting with lighting and everything for my photo class. But I'm pretty excited. Always new projects. So yeah, if you have any questions, send me email or text, and then Bryce and Ryan will be helping. And then we'll have a lot of volunteers. Joan's going to be there as well. So Alyssa, you'll be working a lot with Joan as well.
Yeah.
And then I think that'll be exciting, because you'll be there for both the install and the deinstall as well, which will be
Yeah.
nice. And then we could figure out whether we want to bring pieces back to Salt Lake because if people want to purchase them or have them at your studio. Like, some of them I think are relatively easy. I don't know, when you're selling the software, that's just the download, right? So
Yes. Yeah. Super easy.
yeah, actually, do we even have a copy of that software?
I can send you. I'll make a note to send you over
What,
the software. and you can double check.
format is this software in, by the way?
So I had
DMG
somebody,
file or what?
I had somebody else make it, so I'm not entirely sure like the complete like language of
Okay. Sorry, I
coding
might,
it,
I might
but-
be very interested, because I was actually a former computer.
okay, yeah, definitely. I
So,
think the one I have at the ready right now is the one that's like works with my computer, but there is a download for PC window that
Yeah,
I will
I
send
want to
you.
actually test it. I know.
Yes, please do.
Sorry, actually, I have PC and I need to test it to make sure that it.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, I'm a big like QA person when it comes to those things.
Yeah, the problem we ran into, I think, was with some of the updated software. I have to double check that because
Yeah, well, I'm also going to test this on since I have the new MacBook Pro.
Yeah.
Like 2 years ago, we want to make
Yeah.
sure it's even compatible with the new chipset.
Yeah.
We don't know. Software is very touchy, and that's the
Yeah.
one thing about new media art is
Yeah.
I feel bad for New Museum, because Rhizome, they had to keep up with like formats that are like stop existing like few years.
Yeah.
So that's why a lot of people still, I know it's terrible, but painting surprisingly is still very popular, because slap down the wall, call it good.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't go out of date. Yeah. It doesn't just
But-
like stop showing the work.
Yeah, but the cool thing is, if you control both the hardware and the software, you can
Mhm.
always keep showing it, and then you can reconvert the software too over
Yeah.
time. But you have to be very active in doing that, and let your artwork not get into orphan status. So,
Yes. Yeah.
which that's not easy to do. But anyways, Keel. Yeah, so. Okay, I got another meeting in a few minutes. So yeah, before I go, is there anything else?
No.
Okay, so next week, really quickly, we have double meetings. You only go to one. You can come to both if you really want. We're actually gonna try discuss like the actual unloading install. Also, I'll mention again our online catalog that we actually will have through Art Fair, so people can actually look at the piece, each one. I'm doing like so many versions of it because I'm trying to make this as easy for people to buy art as possible. I think one of the reasons why a lot of people don't buy art is just there are too many barriers, and I figured this is the best way. And then we're just going to leave them up anyways, even after the fair is over. So people, that's the one thing about the fair. It only lasts a few days, but the art can remain there like as long as it is. And then some of the art we'll bring back to Salt Lake. And then some of it will go back to the artist studio, but we can still sell work from your studio as well and have it shipped. So, which is fine, but it's up to you. I'm pretty excited. We'll see how this goes. I'm nervous. Anyway, so yeah, we'll see you. Next week is the last round of meetings, and then we're off to the wild lands of Jersey and New York. So yeah, well, anyways, thank you all. And then yeah, we'll see you next week. Okay.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap up everything. So thanks, everyone.
Bye.
Okay, take care.